Up, back at you with another live video. Now, as I mentioned in my last live video, I tried so goddamn hard to set up YouTube Live on my computer, and it was giving me a massive headache. So I said, fuck it, I'll make videos on YouTube. And then I'll post them on Facebook. So the last video was kind of like an hour long, and I'm just like, whoa, okay, I'm gonna cut that, post it, and continue this shit right here. And no sooner did I stop the last video and continue this one when, the chat's filling up again. Hell yeah. So if you got any more questions while I shred guitar or whatever, answer away. I'll answer them the best I can, ask away and all that sort of thing. And it's been a while. Gotta keep them power metal vocals fresh. Yeah, buddy. I hate getting put into conversations that I have no idea what it's about, and I have to leave the conversation because it's just like, what the fuck? Why am I in this shit? End up getting leave conversation. I mean, you can't say that's not fast on the guitar. That's pretty fucking fast on the guitar, I'm just saying. I've been playing guitar since junior fucking high. It's about goddamn time I showed some fucking progress on this damn thing. Hold on a second. nice and low. Higher on the guitar and it wasn't letting me, but that's all right. That's all right, Olivia. I'm not really worried about it. I can just make videos on 2 separate accounts. I'm not tripping out about it, honestly. Well, thank you, Jamie. Thank you. A tip to sweep picking: use the point of your pick. And I'll show you the difference. Like if I take a basic 3-string arpeggio, but if you take the fatter end of your pick and grip it like that, and then you use the point of your pick, see what I'm saying? Oh, look out! I had some circle picking going up the string. See that shit? How my hand went. Yeah, that was cool. Gotta watch out for them strings, man, when you pull off on them. I don't know, man. You know, Olivia, you can just give it a rest, bro. Like, I know my fans can't see these videos, but they can if they add me on Facebook. So it's not like they can't completely see them, and it's not like I've stopped making videos on YouTube. I'm still going to make videos on YouTube, you know. But Chris says, can you play Hit It Like a Caveman? Fuck. I could if I can remember how to fucking play it. I try to jog my memory and figure out how to fucking play it, but it's been a while since I played that song. I cannot remember off the top of my head. But once I can remember how to play it. There's a guitar for Vampire Love. That's one of my older songs, yeah. That kind of sounds like Hit It Like a Caveman. When the feeling's tight, and when the ocean is right, hit it like a caveman. Pussy juicier than grapefruits. Hit it like a caveman. There you go. Drop tuning can be so much fun, but drop tuning, you know, making it actually sound good, it's a bit more complicated than actual your standard tunings and shit. Oops. Messed up on one note, but there you go. There's the national anthem in alternative tuning. Gotta love drop C tuning. Or, yeah, it's kind of basically what it is. I was trying to play an amphetamine by Cradle of Filth, and I think I kind of got it. Not quite. better. That sounds more like it. So, I think Amphetamine was like the first song I learned how to play. I kind of got it, but it's not like, I wouldn't say it's all the way learned through, but you can play Blackest Magic in practice, kind of, I think, in drop C. Like, you can at least get the opening. I don't know about the entire song. That's a good question, Shelby. No, I kind of taught myself how to play. I did have guitar lessons when I was younger. I had 2 different guitar teachers growing up, and I did mess around with lessons a little bit. But then, as I got older, I went and I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and yeah. Got a lot of people joining. That's what's up. You know, Shelby, I don't know why people are sad reacting me. You know, I don't see what's so sad about me playing some awesome guitar for my Facebook followers. Oh, Shelby, I appreciate that comment. Look at them calluses. Look at them. You can see how gray my fingertips are. Yeah, buddy. But if you don't give your hands plenty of time to rest in between guitar, you know, they gotta build memory and shit. And there are times I won't play the guitar for like a couple of days, and then I'll pick it back up, and I'm instantaneously faster at it. Josh, do your fingers hurt? Not really. Only real guitarists will have those. Damn right. Look at these, man. You can see the indents in my fingertips where the wires, I mean, did I say wires? I meant strings. Well, the strings basically are wires, but there's a reason why guitar strings grind away at your fingertips. Is because these things are made from really tightly wound wire. And that wire has, if you look at it closely, you'll see it has, like you can feel it on the guitar string, it's got these little, you can feel the wire wrapped around the string individually. And that little string will grind away at your fingertips when you play and shit. I don't claim, okay, let's get one thing clear, Facebook. I don't claim to be the world's greatest guitarist. I just, you know, I like playing. I can't remember half the names of the guitar parts. I can't read music. I can barely read tablature, and yet somehow that right there, the shredding and the, you know, that's what fucks with people. Is like, wait, you can't read music, you can barely read tablature, you can't remember half the names of the parts on your guitar, yet you can play. Yeah, I don't know the techniques of it, technical shit of it. I just play the damn thing. Yeah. Well, thank you for the positive comments. Or at least try to pay more attention to the comments when I'm making these, because otherwise people aren't gonna fucking tune in, you know. Yeah, I don't know what Brittany sees in me, CJ, but you're damn right. And me. I was being a smartass. Got some more peeps joining, that's what's definitely up. Oh, I don't have a love interest at the moment. I kind of gave up on that. I still find women attractive. I can't change that. But right now I'm more focused on doing my thing. Yeah, I know for a fact I'm an attractive bad boy gothic musician. But when you get rejected by every chick you crush on, you don't feel so attractive. And unfortunately, it's become habit. You know, as soon as I crush on a chick, I immediately give up on it because I already assume she's taken. You know, it's really, that's a survival instinct. You know, unless you know otherwise, you know, first rule about dating, always assume she's taken, unless you know otherwise. You know, that makes, you know, the way I see it, if I reject the idea of dating in general, it hurts less than being rejected by women, to be honest. All about that control, you know. Noise. Those are some pretty sweet amps. Hell yeah. And this may be depressing as fuck, but it doesn't change the outcome. Life is like a really strong-ass alcoholic drink that burns going all the way down. And companionship is like the chase that makes it smoother. It's not a requirement, mind you, but it makes things nicer. And I will acknowledge that I'm narcissistic, self-loathing, I'm shallow, and I have a temper. I'm also one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet, and I'm fucking realistic. I'm the most realistic person you're ever gonna fucking meet. No one's gonna be more real with you than me. You know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like if I worked on my temper just a little bit, I'd probably have an easier time getting a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? That's just truth right there. I mean, I'm very capable of attracting women. I got these big ass fucking muscles. You know, I got this vampiric charm about me that some women find irresistible. You know, I can walk into a room full of hot chicks and not do shit and make them all stare at me without doing shit. You know, it's my magical influence, I tell you what. And there was a study done, it was posted on Facebook, and the study said a couple things to attract women. And one of the things it said for attracting women, grow some facial hair, get huge ass fucking muscles, have a sense of humor, and play a musical instrument. I possess all those qualities. My sense of humor is perverted, dark, twisted, random, and occasionally raunchy and corny at the same time. Like, I can come up with jokes that you're like, heard SpongeBob SquarePants went to war. They gave him a bunch of pineapple grenades. See what I mean? Like, that was one of my corniest jokes I've ever told. That was just horrible. Ugh. Yeah. But, yeah, do you know what kind of cat enjoys water? An octopus. That's the kind of cat that enjoys water. And one of my coworkers told me that. I thought it was funny. Oh yeah, the Uncle Jack joke. Hey, if your Uncle Jack was stuck on an elephant, would you help jack off the elephant? If your Uncle Jack was stuck on his horse, would you help jack off the horse? Yeah, that joke is pretty funny. Skeleton walks into a bar, and Skeleton orders a beer and a mop. Horse walks into a bar. Bartender says, "Why the long face?" Then a duck walks into a bar, starts buying drinks. Bartender says, "How are you going to pay for all these?" The duck says, "Put it on my bill." Skeleton walks into a fancy restaurant, and he says, "Bon appetit." And then he goes on a cruise ship and says, "Bon voyage." Then while the skeleton's on the cruise ship, he starts playing the trombone. And then he sees a female skeleton. He says, "I jumped in, Bones. That bitch is giving me a boner." I'd skull fuck that. And then he gets off the ship. And they knew why the skeleton couldn't cross the road, because he didn't have the guts to do it. Yeah. Skeleton jokes. Yeah. Let's see. Do I know any more skeleton jokes? You know what the French skeleton said? Bonjour. Well, there we go. That was cheesy, but it worked. You know, if you're a guitar player and you want to pick up chicks, hey baby, you like guitar players? I'd rock your world. In my case, that's definitely true, he said while staring at the guitar. A lot of people are joining up. That's what's up. Thank you, Dylan, for sharing the video. You know what's black, white, and red all over? Two nuns in a chainsaw fight. You know what else is black, white, and red all over? A baby zebra in a blender. You know what else? Do you know what else is black, white, and red all over besides a newspaper? A baby panda in a blender. Necrophilia. Talk about banging a stiff one with a stiff one. Hey, you know what a necrophiliac's favorite band is? The Grateful Dead. That's disgusting but funny at the same time. Let's see. Do I know any more jokes like that? How far can we push it on Facebook with the jokes? Do you know why Anna Nicole Smith? Do you seriously know why Anna Nicole Smith? You know why she can't get mad cow disease? Because she's a fucking pig. Oh. In his will, Michael Jackson said, "Turn me into Legos." And when people asked why, he said, "So I can be a choking hazard to little boys and still be made out of plastic." Oh. Damn. That was oof. Let's see. Do I know any other good jokes? I know a shit ton of jokes, man. You want to hear another joke? My sex life. Ha. No, but here's the thing, Facebook. If you haven't had pussy in a long ass time, you have two options. You can be a depressed loser about it, you can be angry about it, or you can make jokes about it and laugh at it. Because some of these chicks are too stupid to see awesomeness right in front of them. You know, if chicks reject you, that's their problem, not yours. Their loss, not yours. You know what I'm saying, Facebook? So how would you make jokes about it? Shit, if I want to get my dick wet, I'll take a fucking shower. See what I did there? That was funny. No, instead of being depressed about not having pussy in a moment's notice, laugh about it because these chicks are too fucking stupid to see an awesome dick right in front of them. You know what I'm saying? And most women would be like, ew, who the fuck is this creepy looking motherfucker? They don't even take the time to know me, but look at the way I dress. You know what I'm saying? That's just a given. Unfortunately, the society we live in is very judgmental. People would see the long ass fucking hair and the spikes and they'd be like, who the fuck is this punk? You know what I'm saying? But I'm a hardworking member of society. I contribute to some degree. So, you know. Zach just asked the question, can you tell us better how to hide an erection in public? You need a tobacco pipe ring or a Zippo ring. That'd be kind of cool. Thing of it is, me trying to hide an erection in public is not easy. when you have a big dick, there is no hiding erections in public. You know what I'm saying? Unless you can discreetly, like, I'll stand up and I'm not hard right now, but I'll demonstrate what I'm getting at. If you can very discreetly do this number, whoop, then your dick will slide up past your belt loop or your belt level, and you can tuck it into your waistband, basically. You know, it's the best way to do it. And then no one's being like, "Hey, what's that sticking out? You got a camping permit to pitch that tent?" No, but true story. I was walking by these chicks and I had a boner, and I was out in public. Not gonna say where, but when I walk past them, I overhear one of the chicks. They're both smiling, and I both hear one of the chick. I hear one of the chicks, and I quote say this about me: "I'd fuck him. He's got a monster cock." And when you hear chicks say that shit about you, that's kind of a confidence booster. I'm not gonna lie. So sometimes, you know, you don't have to flirt with women to say shit. Just get a fucking boner and walk and be like, what? Try to be all discreet about it. Try to be as discreet about it as you can without hiding it completely. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it just fucking happens, you know. But, you know, sometimes I tend to think that getting rejected outweighs the need for a relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's very much an asexual like attitude, but at the same time, I still find women attractive. I can't change that, you know. You know, I'm more focused on doing my thing right now, anyways. And if the right girl comes into my life, it'll happen when I least expect it. That's the thing about life; it's unexpected. You know, I get fired from Wendy's, and then I get a better paying job. That's life in a nutshell. You know. Aromatics or English blends? A little bit of both. You know, the fun of pipe smoking for me is trying the different blends of pipe tobacco that they have, and the variety of pipe tobacco is insane. They have an amazing selection of pipe tobacco all over the world. Different blends, different strains, different flavors. You know what I'm saying? But I generally smoke aromatics just because they smell good and they taste good. I'm not too particularly picky. I like English blends and darker tobaccos. Yeah. Got this really moist black Cavendish in my pipe, and it's rather strong, and you gotta torch it to light it. There is an aromatic called Christmas Cookie that is my favorite. You know, Victor, I believe it. I've actually smelt pipe tobacco like that. There was a summer when I was hanging out, and I was at an art show hanging out with my dad at his art booth, and then some dude walked by smoking a pipe, and it smelled like Christmas cookies. And I'm like, dude, that shit smells good. You know what I'm saying? That's usually what people think when they smell pipe is, oh, that smells good. You know, my dad hates the smell of tobacco, flat out hates it. You know what I'm saying? But I had this one pipe tobacco that I custom made on pipesandscigars.com. It was a mixture of cherry, peach, chocolate, and black Cavendish. The black Cavendish is for the nicotine punch, and the cherry peach chocolate was strictly for the flavor and the smell. Best fucking pipe tobacco I ever made. When they had the create your own blend, I had like 4 ounces of each one giant ass fucking bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm all smoking on that shit. My dad happened to smell it. He's like, oh, it smells good. And I'm like, all right, there you go. When a non-smoker, someone who fucking hates the smell of tobacco says it smells good, that usually tells you something. That most non-smokers are going to prefer the smell of a sweet pipe over a cigarette. It's just that sometimes these things are so much easier. Conventional cigarettes are a bit easier than pipe smoking, but oh yeah, Victor, yeah, that shit was way good. Do you have any weird stories about your dad? His art makes him like an eccentric fellow. Not really, no, but you know, my sister's acting plays with my mom and stuff, and my dad does art, and he acts in plays, and he acts in plays too, and I kind of do my own thing with the music and the YouTube and what have you. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with having a creative outlet, to be quite honest. It's taken a fucking minute for this shit to grow in, but it finally grew in to where it's long enough you can tell I definitely have a goatee going. I got that shit trimmed up quite nicely too. That looks way good. It kind of forks like a snake tongue almost. That's cool. Like some snake tongue looking goatee. If you take like if I can get it to part like a snake tongue, that'd be kind of cool. And this shit definitely takes a while to grow out. There's no doubt about that. Can you put your goatee in a rubber band yet? I probably could, yeah. It's probably just barely long enough to do that. I'm probably going to do another deathmatch video in the next couple of days. Another Tower of Terror video, because that's always fun. Seeing different players challenge me and shit. And this time I'm going to make sure that it's right side up like it's supposed to be. Because that'd be cool as fuck. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friends or your family's nose. Ain't that the truth of it? The do-it-yourself abortion kit comes with a hanger, a lighter, and a big-ass bottle of Everclear. Chase sold separately. Oh, that was dark. Oof. Yeah, my sense of humor can be very dark sometimes. I love it. This may sound controversial as fuck, but I think abortion should be legal under certain circumstances. If you know for a fact that your baby's going to come out dead anyways, why would you want to put the mother through that emotional trauma? Or if you know that the kid's going to come out with complications that are going to make its life more difficult, and it's going to be a long-ass difficult life, and you want the option to just say, no, I don't want to put someone through that, then yeah, and you can sit there and say, la, 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 all you want, okay? I think under certain circumstances, it should be an option. And who the fuck is the government to tell a woman what she can and can't do with her own goddamn body? Is the government the one carrying the baby in their stomach? Oh, it's not? Well, imagine that. No, people who use abortion as a form of birth control, that's kind of fucked. That's where I draw the line on that issue completely. They have contraception and all that. Use that instead,
Can you describe the proper way to inhale a fart so your coworkers can't smell it? I find it if wow, okay, I'm not going to read the rest of that comment. But yeah, it's really easy. Try to fart in a general direction where your coworkers don't normally go. You know what I'm saying? But if you let one out real quick and you're standing at your workstation, all you got to do is turn around and sniff it up as quickly as possible and fan the air like that while you sniff it up as quickly as possible. There'd be times when I'm working the dish pit at work and I let a fart out. It happens, but I don't want none of the waitresses or what have you to smell it because it's just not polite, you know. So while I'm washing dishes, I'll turn around and, I'll sniff that fart up as quickly as possible so none of the waitresses have to smell it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the servers or the cooks to smell that, so, I mean, farts are funny, don't get me wrong, but none of my coworkers want to smell that. So that's how you basically smell up a fart as quickly as you can. Just, inhale, exhale as quickly as possible while you're doing this number. And it might make you choke a little bit, but honestly, I'd rather myself gag on the smell of my own fart than somebody else that I'm working with because they don't want to smell that shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot more people joining. But yeah, I'm not going to go too much longer on this video. I'm probably going to stop this one and make a YouTube video after this, post it on my channel. Keep the fans hooked up with content. Play a little bit of guitar, that sort of thing. And of course I got the window wide open, so all the tobacco smoke is just sucked out the window instantly. Which is, a wise move. I'm going to try to give your live videos a share to the Phone Brotherhood whenever I see you on. Oh, that's cool, Dylan. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's what's up. Fuck PCP. To answer your question, John Pyle, fuck PCP. Hard drugs are bad. Okay, well, cocaine in its natural form when you cut it with natural shit is okay, but as far as PCB, crocodile, meth, all that nasty shit, fuck it. Heroin, no. Just say no to that shit, man. But you want to do a little bit of weed, a little bit of tobacco, a little bit of shrooms, a little bit of naturally cut coke, a little bit of acid, a little bit of peyote, a little bit of salvia, a little bit of DMT. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that. As long as you're being responsible and smart about it. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta treat it like alcohol in a sense too. If you're responsible with it and you don't do stupid shit while you're on it and you don't do stupid shit to get it, you know what I'm saying, and you're a responsible person with it, then who the fuck should care, honestly? I mean, you can find psychedelic mushrooms, which are a natural antidepressant, by the way, growing in a field somewhere, and that's perfectly legal because that's nature. But if you pick them and study them, that's legal too. But if you pick them, dry them, and eat them, wash them down with some orange juice mixed with lemonade, and then stare at the wall, all the pretty colors as they pass by, that's illegal. Which that doesn't make any goddamn sense if you ask me. You can pick them and study them, but you can't consume them. Consuming them is illegal. And you don't even have to go through a field to pick them. You can get spore kits online and grow your own psychedelic mushrooms. But you gotta be smart about that. You gotta do it right. Otherwise, they could kill you. You know, so if it was anything like that, you gotta make sure you do your research. You know what I'm saying? And you know what else is fucked up? The fact that pedophiles get less prison time than pot sentences. No bullshit. Pedophiles could get like, what, maybe 10 months in prison, but there are some states where if you get caught with weed, you get life in prison. Like, straight up, that's some bullshit. Isn't that a little harsh? You know what I'm saying? Like, that really fucking pisses me off. Like, you have no idea. The fact that marijuana sentences are more severe than pedophile sentences fucking pisses me off. You know what they should do with pedophiles? Hear me out on this for a second. You give them a mandatory 4 to 8 months in prison. Then when they're released, they're put onto a list. And that list is basically a list for where they live and shit and blah, 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 blah. And then the first list, they have to go against each other in a gladiator match. Pedophiles are forced to face each other in a gladiator match. And then the survivors of that gladiator match are then allowed to be killed off by non-sex offenders. So basically, people would be allowed to go and get pedophile hunting licenses and from their local gun store. And then on that second list, the survivors of that gladiator match would be then hunted down like the disgusting people that they are. That's my solution for pedophiles. I guarantee you, if the risks are that severe, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you're caught with some nasty shit, I'd say like 50 years in prison for that. Minimum. You know what I'm saying? And here's the kicker of it. We have veterans who are coming back from wars with PTSD. And our veterans, if they're in a state that's highly illegal on pot, if they get caught smoking pot for their PTSD, our veterans get thrown in prison for it. That's a hell of a way to show your thanks. The fact that we waste money on non-violent drug offenses, we waste taxpayers' money. Wyoming alone wastes $9.15 million every year just to combat marijuana. You know, it's stupid. It might actually become legal here next year. We'll wait and see. But what I have been seeing is that the cops in this town have been sweeping through and cleaning up all the meth in this community, and that's what's up. I like to hear that. Get that shit out of here. The fact that Casper, Wyoming is on the top 10 list of highest, like Wyoming in general, is like really bad on that. And I think if Wyoming could clean up all the meth and all that nasty shit and get it out of here in 1 year and then legalize pot the next year, holy shit, the community would be a much better place. And on top of that, marijuana would make this state some serious cash, man. Wyoming calls itself the cowboy state, but did you know that lassos, which is the ropes that cowboys and cowgirls use, some of the first lassos were used and they were made out of hemp, of all things. Imagine that. A little interesting fact for you. Does your subreddit still have things going on? I don't know. Honestly, the official KingCobraJFS subreddit was created by some fans of mine. And then you have the one that calls themselves KingCobra subreddit or JFS subreddit. The official one, the one that says official, was made by fans. But the KingCobraJFS subreddit was made by a bunch of trolls. So that should tell you something. I'm so fucking popular on social media. Like, I got trolls and fans alike creating pages dedicated to me. Man. I'll let this tobacco pipe cool off for a second. It's good to let your pipes naturally cool down. Don't let them get too hot. You know, helps them last longer. And this is definitely a gorgeous tobacco pipe. Very schwanky, man. That's like Playboy status right there. See, that's why I don't smile too often, because that was just creepy as fuck. Even I can admit it. I mean, a casual smile, like, yeah, that's not too bad. Like that right there. But, like, you know, I got this Joker fucking smile. It just goes ear to ear. You know what I'm saying, Facebook? Hold on a second. Where the fuck is that screwdriver? That tastes like a Yorkshire mint. Decadent. Let's see, where the fuck is my screwdriver? I'll worry about it later. But at some point, I'm gonna have to reattach the other arm on my chair, and there's a way to do it, but the piece that attaches the arm to my chair down here has like a little L piece, and there's 4 screws on the bottom of the L piece right here, and then there's 3 right here, and the 3 on the side aren't holding it in place. So I drilled 3 holes through it, that section of it where it bolts in. I'm gonna get longer screws, 3 longer screws for it, and a bolt, and then just reattach it to my chair so that it doesn't fall off. I tried using super glue for it, and that failed miserably. And the screwdriver I need is a Phillips, and I have my Phillips. It's just scattered on the fucking workbench somewhere. God damn it. I hate losing shit. It is what it is, though. Oh, here it is. Oh, wait, that's the flathead. I don't need the flathead. Oh, there it is. Yeah. And now I can pick up the screws I need to fix it at Ace Hardware. That ain't nothing but a thing. Or that to the to-do list when I get paid. Usually what I do every payday is I'll drop $100 into my account, bank account, when I cash my check, and then, you know, the rest of it's mine, you know. put that out for a second so I can take that piece off the chair. And I mean, it's an easy enough fix, you know what I'm saying? But it's weird having this one arm right here and then nothing here. Like, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Okay, that right there. Let's see. Let's do these bitches. So I want to unscrew this real quick. So the I'll show you what I'm talking about here, Facebook. Give me a second. Unscrew it. Unscrew it. Come on, you scurvy cocksucking motherfucker. Almost there with the third screw. I get paid this coming Monday, so it's something I need to do anyway. It'll make the chair look a little nicer if both arms are on there. All right. So here's the piece I'm talking about. It sits underneath the chair with those 4 holes right there. These are the screws that attach it to the bottom. And the arm hangs off the side. And you see the 3 screws right here are not long enough. They refuse to stay in place. I mean, only like, yeah. The bottom one's pretty much the only one that stays in place. So all I gotta do, for the most part, the bottom one's the only one that kind of stays in place. And so what I'm gonna do is get all the screws out of this piece real quick. And if I get screws that are this size but much, much, much longer, fixing this chair is going to be a piece of cake. Get a nut and bolt and a screw and it'll be done. It might look a little funky on the side, but at least I'll have both arms on the chair again. And I have the arm of the chair, let's see, right here. And it literally, it sits like this on the chair. And you notice that these screws, when I push it in there, or actually from the side, you can see from the side angle right there, you can see it only goes halfway in. So I bet you if I got a screw that was long enough to poke through the other side, I'm willing to bet you that I could put a nut and a bolt and hold that in place and tighten all three of these bastards down. And then start attaching this piece so that it sits on there. That make putting the 4 screws in on the bottom so much easier. And I guarantee you the fucking thing wouldn't fall off. Because it's weird when it sits attached to the side and then, yeah. And then like it dangles, like it'll hang from this section right here. And then it would dangle like that. And it's like, well, that's kind of useless. So I took it off, took it apart. I'm like, okay. I tried fixing it by drilling the holes a bit deeper so that the screws go in better. And that didn't really work, unfortunately. So, new strategy. Get like 3 screws this size, but so much longer. Like, not that much longer, really. Long enough to poke through all these holes on the other side so I can bolt it. And there seems to be some dry glue in there. There's some dry glue wedged in that hole right there, and it's... ugh. There's an easy way to fix that. I'm going to take these drill bits and we're going to poke that dry glue through all the way. And it's the same size as the hole too, so that works out beautifully. There we go. Excellent. That'll do nicely. Now, let's see. All the screws going. Yeah, it's still the same fucking size and everything. Okay, cool. Hang on a second. Let's get the fuck out of there. Oh, it'd sit better in these. Huh. Possibly. If it tightens down in these other 3 holes, then... and it's not, so I'm going to need... so I'll probably need screws that are a little bit smaller in diameter and a little bit longer. So that the smaller ones will have a tighter fit. It's just a matter of replacing 3 screws. It's not that difficult. Yeah, so they have to be like a diameter smaller and a little bit longer. That's easy enough. That way they'll have a nice tight fit. So that the 3 screws on the bottom will hold. And you take the 4 screws, the 4 screws on the bottom of it, of this piece right here, literally sit underneath the chair. So that holds the piece that holds the arm together. That's not going to hold the arm to the chair. Right there, just like that. So I'm definitely going to need screws that are a little bit smaller and a little bit longer. And that will definitely fix it. It beats trying to fucking super glue it, I suppose. All this fucking dry glue. Gorilla Glue worked for a minute, but I don't know, man. It was these damn screws. Yeah. But for the moment, I'm not worried about it because I know it'll get fixed eventually. It's just a matter of, you know. And throw that dry glue away. There's no sense picking it off because it'll be concealed when it seals back into place with those different screws. Gotta love some hot wings, man, I tell you what. He's got a little kick to him. A honey sriracha with horseradish baked into the wings. these things got a little heat to them, but they're good. Spicy Asian honey sriracha wings with horseradish baked into them. Mm. It's got like a little bit of honey to sweeten it, you know. But yeah, these are definitely good. You know, I got a challenge for YouTube that I'm going to do when I reach 6,000 subscribers. It's going to be a spicy food challenge. I just thought of it. Take a big ass bowl, fill it up with spicy pork rinds and flaming hot Cheetos. Mix that with some of those cheddar jalapeno Cheetos. And do like a layer of extra hot Cheetos on top. That would be insane. Big ass bowl of all those chips mixed together. Mm. There's some spicy wings, but they're not that bad. Of course, my palate is pretty much used to spicy food. And chicken wings are a good source of protein. Oh, shit. Well, that was just 10 degrees of smooth, wasn't it? Make sure I clean these real good, you know. try to be graceful with this, and it's just not going to happen, is it? Nope, of course not. Got a little tingle in the lips going. Yeah, those aren't half bad. However, if you want a really, really, really excellent source of protein, you definitely want to go with pink salmon. That shit's delicious. Let's watch him try to open a can of pink salmon, because why the fuck not? Get in there, you son of a... bastard. Drain some of that fish juice out before I open it all the way. It'll make it a little less messy. Easy enough. Damn it. I could have swore I opened it, but I just turned it early.
Come on, you fucking bastard, open up. Get the fuck open, you piece of shit. It doesn't want to open, but it's going to, whether it likes it or not. Come on, you fucking piece of shit. It's not opening and it's beginning to piss me off, but I must remain calm and I must remain patient. It does this for 2 fucking hours. God damn it, man. Sometimes it's just not good enough, sometimes it never goes right. No matter how hard you try. And you think to yourself, why do I bother with this shit? Fucking son of a bitch. I want some pink salmon. Open the fuck up.
I give up. I'll eat it later, I guess. I'm not gonna sit here and keep fucking with it because it just doesn't want to open. I try and I try and I try, but to no avail. How the fuck is this entertaining? Watching some autistic man try to open up a fucking can of pink salmon. Fucking piece of shit. Goose fraba. Goose fraba. Goose fraba. Goddamn can opener's not staying even. Oh, you fucking bitch. Fucking can openers and headphones. I have the worst luck with both of them. On the grand scheme of things, yes, it could be worse, but this shit royally fucking pisses me off. I guess we gotta go Michael Myers on it, huh? Sometimes when you want something, you just gotta go for it. But there are other ways of getting it open, aren't there? God damn it. I didn't come this fucking far to be stopped from opening a fucking can. Did not come this far. a knife. And cut 4 little sections just like that. There you go. Did that without cutting myself too. That's how you do it. Instead of giving up, I guess, finding a simpler solution. If the fucking can opener doesn't want to work, if the fucking can opener doesn't want to work, it's like, well, la-di-da. Yeah, that's why I didn't give up on opening yet, because pink salmon is delicious. And you can eat the shit straight out of the can. It's already cooked. You can cook it again and make like fish patties out of it and shit. My diet is mostly protein, so you know. Someone get ready to call an ambulance. Shut the fuck up, Jason. If you stab yourself, save the video before you go to the hospital. I wasn't gonna fucking stab myself, people. Calm the fuck down. God damn. Josh, put it on a table before you stab it. You're going to stab your hand. Oh, look. Look at that. Fuck you. I didn't stab my hand. I appreciate your concern, but god damn. People just fucking panic over nothing. That's some good pink salmon. I'll read in the comments. Funny how I was ignoring the comments while I opened that and then didn't even stab myself. That would have sucked though, because that's my guitar fretting hand. Sorry, dude, I stabbed my hand one time trying to open a salmon can the same way. So I was worried. Oh, no worries. I don't know if that's true or not, or if you're trolling, I really don't know, or care. It's just, because you know how people like to fuck with me. And whether the person's behind the profile is real or not, sometimes you can't tell. But with my profile, at least you know it's real. I can keep it in the fridge while it's open, and it'll still be good. But yeah, do be careful opening it. I was amazed I didn't stab my hand, and I was also amazed I didn't cut myself unfolding those flaps. All 4 of those corners, just like that. No cuts, nothing. You gotta eat. Wish I didn't have to eat, but you do. Washing fish down with water because life is full of irony like that. Chicken and fish, yum. Oh, ugh, I don't want to slobber all over my cigarette butt. I'm not smoking out of a wet cigarette butt. Fuck that. But yeah, fixing this is going to be a piece of cake. Once you get the right screws, it's all downhill from there.